So you've got an Oral-B Triumph Professional Care toothbrush here with you, and often at times after 2 to 3 years the battery ends up wearing out, so it uses the same battery and it basically drains down much quicker, so you may get 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes of brush time. So these usually retail around $90, and our goal today is to take it apart, remove the battery, and replace it with another nickel cadmium battery. So whenever you're looking at this with your recharger, it actually comes with a tool right here in terms of recycling the battery. So we're going to recycle the old battery and replace it with a new one. If you notice on the bottom, there's this shape right here, and this shape right here actually matches within here. So I'll try to zoom up on this portion right here. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to turn this and get it loose so that you're able to take it apart. What we're going to do next is we're going to loosen it, that portion, and then basically put in a flathead screwdriver, work it around, take it off, and then the next portion is we're going to pry this off so that this entire plastic cartridge can be removed off. So we're going to go ahead and work this, and you're going to see a notch on here as well. So we're going to turn this a couple times where it starts feeling loose. And then we're going to put in a flathead screwdriver. And I've already removed this in the past, but I just kind of want to give this for illustrative purposes. It's going to take a little bit of push to pull that off. So you're going to remove that, and let's set that aside. So inside here you see kind of the inductive charger in this portion, and in here you might not be able to see it, but you'll see two plastic tabs right here and then right here as well, and this is what makes it stick inside here. So it's not any screws or anything like that, it's plastic sides that connect it to this side. And then right here what we're going to do is we're going to pry off, and it may fly out. So this is a snapping ring. So basically you're just going to work it out, move it with your flathead screwdriver, remove that portion out, and then from here we're going to kind of make sure that we snap these tabs off, and you'll hear a snapping portion, so you're going to be pushing down, and then it should work itself out. There we go. So this portion right here, you're not wanting to pull out here because there's going to be a connector in here inside this inductive charger. So you probably want to work it out from the top out. So once you do that, we're going to push right here to push down in this portion. And basically you'll see all the circuits inside here. You're going to see the circuit board where you press the button, the LCD, and you're going to see the battery. In this illustration I took the old battery out. This is what the oldest battery looks like, and it's a Sanyo battery by that SAN portion right there. And this one, basically whenever you're measuring it, you want to make sure you buy the right size for it. Sometimes it'll be a larger size in case you buy that one, and that basically means you're going to have a larger battery for it. So let's go ahead and start taking it apart and start desoldering the battery. Now that we've taken all of the case out, we're going to kind of show you a little bit about what's inside of here. As you see here, this is a nickel metal hydride battery with a positive terminal being here and a negative terminal being here. And you'll notice that the connection right there, that little solder tab, I'll try to identify it with you here on camera, is right here. So you've got the solder portion right there, and it's connected to the circuit board, which is located right here, and there's a bead of solder on the back on that, and you'll notice this LCD screen that's connected on the front that kind of blocks you from getting to that. You can technically take it off using a screwdriver with a special hex wrench, I guess maybe star pattern right here, and take it off. But we're going to do it a little bit differently. I'll show you in this section that we're going to take off the spring. There's a spring right here with a positive terminal going here with a spring that's connected to here, and it basically spaces it out in case you want a larger capacity battery here, depending on which market this rechargeable toothbrush is sold at. So we're going to take this portion out, and then we will move into the next section here in a second. So you basically pull that out, and you'll notice it takes out the spring portion, and if you notice, it's whirled around right here, and this ends being on the battery, and this is the plastic spacer within here. And I'll leave that on the side and kind of show you a little bit inside here. The positive terminal right there, please note that the metal tab is listed right here in the center. So when you buy a replacement battery, the positive side will always be on the center portion, and you notice that leads into that other portion there. So we're going to solder this new battery to this portion right here, so we can either choose to cut it or desolder this portion. So we'll move on to the next section. As you see here, I've basically used my flathead screwdriver and pried this portion back so I'd have a little place to grip off and cut. The important part is that you don't separate it from the circuit board, which is right back here, and you'll notice there's a big glob of solder right there, which is where it leads to. So we're going to cut this portion with a pair of shears right here. So we remove that portion back there. We're going to push back this portion here to kind of let you take a look at that tab right there. We're going to cut and pull back a little bit and do the same thing here. So remove that, and these tabs right here, we're going to basically unsnap the battery and push it out, as you see here. And we have those two tabs to work at right there to resolder. We're going to go ahead and tin this a little bit. Tinning basically puts solder on this tab so that whenever you do solder it back into the circuit, it's easy to melt back whenever you're in that process. And my soldering tip isn't exactly the best, but it's going to work out in this pinch right there. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do it for this other side right here. It's time to put the spring back in. Remember, the plastic part goes into the top portion. So we're going to slide that back in, rearrange it a little bit. Now we're going to put it all back together. So you have the casing. We're going to slide the casing back in. Make sure you don't damage this inductive charger. And make sure we pull up as best as we can. Remember, we have this ring right here. So we're going to put the ring back on. Make sure it's snug and aligns up with this plastic portion. We're going to push through. Put this bottom portion in.